this movie a little bit less physical role?
You know, it was the first time that in a while that I've done a movie where I wasn't in every scene or where the movie didn't revolve necessarily around my character. And I'm sorry, as I was speaking, this is totally random, I just remembered a dream I had and I just got distracted.
What dream? Now I'm interested. That is way more interesting than my question. Hey guys, Audrey in the Young Hollywood studio. She has been here before because her face is on one of our pillows. Shailene Woodley.
Hi.
Like, here you are.
There I am.
How crazy is that?
1984 really affected me as a teenager, just sort of looking at the world and looking at sovereignty and the paradigm and society that we live in now. And so that was a big book for me growing up that made me question a lot of things.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
This movie, Snowden. So Ed Snowden is a super divisive guy to begin with. How much about him did you know before signing up on this project, and did you change your mind after wrapping it up?
I didn't know much about Edward Snowden before this project, but I knew a lot about the information that he had released because of the decision that he made to release it. But the one thing this movie does really beautifully, and was I think sort of the goal of this film, was to teach people a narrative outside of the narrative that we all know, which is Ed Snowden has become a poster child. He has become the face of this cause, of this issue of national privacy, but we don't know why he chose to do what he did, and we don't know who he was as a human being and what steps and experiences led him to make the decision he made.
Sure.
And this movie really explains that.
Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to sign?
I actually just signed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Too much independent spirit for you?
No, I just don't really like bashing my country.
It's my country too, and right now it has blood on its hands.
Sorry, I have friends who are over there right now.
I'm not talking about the troops, I'm talking about the morons sending them to war.
You mean our commander-in-chief?
Yeah, whatever you want to call him, he's still wrong.
And how did it change how you did your social media? Did you end up changing all your passwords to your email? Did you check your phone? Like, I wonder if
the
it
thing with
impacted
changing
you.
passwords to your email and social media is if you're a hacker, whether it's an old password or a new password, it's not going to matter. They're going to be able to get into your information.
Yeah. So that's terrifying.
Well, it's just the truth of of the society that we're living in. And outside of the hacking world, it's beyond a password. The access that the government has to our personal information, it doesn't matter if you have a password with a lot of caps and exclamation points and different letters and numbers. They're gonna have information regardless because they can bypass passwords. And that's what Ed taught us, that's what Ed revealed. So we sort of live in this false reality of thinking that privacy is something we can control. Unfortunately, privacy is not something we can control anymore. Privacy is something that we must attain by actively choosing to be private. And the only way to do that really is to not be involved in the technical world.
Right, which is tough, and especially for you, I would think, as someone who is in the public eye and as an artist, like there is not an obligation, but a lot of you is already put out there. So is that scary for you more than it was before?
No, I mean, there's so many things in our world that could be scary. You know, if we really break it down, it could be privacy, and then you have all these stories about ISIS. You have all these stories about shootings. There's a lot of fear in our world today, and are you going to be someone who lives your life from that place of fear, or are you going to be somebody who uses that as a means to really educate yourself in an empowered way and take necessary steps to at least walk in the world knowing that certain things are options and are not options, or certain things can unfold. But with knowledge comes power, and with courage comes power. And I think something that Ed revealed to us is it's not a matter of whether or not you wish they had this information or they didn't. They do. So now what are you going to do with that knowledge?
I'm not lashing out, I'm questioning our government. That's what we do in this country. That is the principle that we are founded on.
Okay, but how about questioning the liberal media? I mean, you're just buying into what one side is saying.
Maybe I am, because my side is right.
See, that's funny, because my side's right.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Huh. Why is it smart conservatives always make me so mad?
Probably because you don't like hearing the truth.
you know, this movie a little bit less action oriented, I want to say, for you, like a little bit of a less physical role. Was that kind of fun to kind of take it easy, let Joseph kind of take over that part?
Yeah, it was, you know, it was the first time that in a while that I've done a movie where I wasn't in every scene or where the movie didn't revolve necessarily around my character. And it was nice, like you mentioned. And at the same time, it's a lot harder to come into a project without, I'm sorry, as I was speaking, this is totally random, I just remembered a dream I had and I just got distracted.
What dream? Now I'm interested. That is way more interesting than my question. Back up, I'm gonna just change my question.
I'm
What
so
did you
sorry,
dream about?
I'm so sorry. I can't even articulate it, it was just like a flash of a dream. Yeah, exactly.
They already know it. They've already
The chip in my
cataloged it.
brain.
Yeah, they've already cataloged it somewhere. I love it.
I'm so sorry, that was highly inappropriate, I just couldn't stay focused.
I love it. Well, before we go, I want to play a little game called Love It or Lose It, and it's the internet edition. So I'm gonna just throw out a couple things and you tell me if you love it or you're gonna lose it. Selfies, taking selfies.
I like it because it's so much quicker.
Yeah.
And I just don't have a lot of tolerance for technology, so it just makes it a lot quicker.
Like quicker to post on somewhere or just to like?
No, I feel like I'm at, you know, if I'm doing a work event or if I'm at a rally or something and someone's like, can we have a photo? It's so much quicker to just take a selfie than like, you know.
It's sort of with a little front-facing thing
Yeah.
now. It's just like a little button away. Love it. Taking pictures of food. Love it or lose it?
Oh, I love it because I just love food. It's so beautiful and colorful, and if I love it. And then you can share with your friends who really enjoy food and the artistic. You know, to be a chef or to create a meal is a big deal. It's not easy.
It's an art.
It's an art.
It is. So is throwing a filter on
Yeah.
that picture.
Oh, but that's the
I have
beauty,
a hard
right?
time. Do you have a hard time like picking what filter you're gonna put on there? You just let the NSA do it for you.
Yeah. I don't spend a lot of time on my phone, so I see my friends with all these beautiful photos that they take, and I recognize and realize that they are all manipulated by filters.
Oh yeah, Facetune is a real thing. Have you
Yeah.
heard of that?
No.
Oh yeah, it's probably terrible, but.
What is it? Is it like
It's like a
blemish
photo
free kind of?
Yeah, oh yeah. Airbrush, yeah. It's kind of
It's
terrible,
just-
but it's also kind of amazing. But you've been very
Man
vocal.
harm.
Yeah, well, you've been very vocal about, you know, embracing being natural and your kind of beauty regimen. Is there anything that you're super into right now?
Yeah, just not stressing. The amount of stress that we put on like these beauty regimens or being healthy or looking a certain way ends up, I think, aging us and ends up creating sort of a counterintuitive argument to the health that we're trying to submit upon ourselves. I just don't stress.
Well, you're a natural beauty.
Don't worry, be
And,
happy, you
yeah,
know?
I like that. I like that. Don't worry, be happy, and then maybe drink some water, like drink your green juice now and again, right? Yeah, well, you are ageless and a natural beauty, and we're so happy that you stopped by. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me. I'm
Now,
sorry
what
about
was-
the dream
No,
interruption.
what was your dream?
I can't tell
Oh
you.
no, it's not young Hollywood appropriate.